Good morning, Stampin' friends and crafters. How are you doing today? Welcome to Nemi's Crafty Cafe. I'm Nemi Batstone, and my studio is in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. So we're enjoying another great sunny day, I believe. The sun is popping out. I forgot to check the weather. So what's the weather like in your place? Comment, say hello, like, share, whichever you like to do, and you'll be entered in a draw to receive these prizes. I'm gonna make sure I've got volume. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, I'm good. So that's awesome. And then, so all week, okay, I got a good laugh. So, it's hump day today, Wednesday, and what's going on? What's up at Stampin' Up? Lots. But I want to make fun of myself first because I realized I put painterly pears and something sounded really off. It's actually perfectly pears. So I think that's hilarious. So I'm going to have to rewrite this, so I apologize for like totally dissing and messing up our names with our products. I think it's hilarious. But anyway, I wanted to point that out. But that's what happens is when you're typing and you're creating these DSP shares, I try and make them every time there's a new catalog or new launch so then my team can print them out and do the same. And they're a great way to remember and collect. And then I always like to sell off what I have left over that is retired and no longer available. So then I know how much it was and then I can price it accordingly. So anyway, I thought that's hilarious. They're called Perfectly Pears. And they're all discounted. So as I mentioned before, this whole suite, the stamp set and dies are on sale. And so the third, it's like 40% off practically, the bundle, or is that 20%? And then, well, way more. It's $58.50 and now it's $35.30. The DSP was $17 and now it's $10.20. The coordinating low profile sparkle dots, they're $10.40 and currently on low inventory. So if you want to stock up on this, it's going to go fast. Just letting you know. Okay, so I just want to keep you in the loop on that and make sure you're aware. And my funny boo-boos. I always like to share my boo-boos. Okay, February 15th is coming up. It's right after Valentine's Day. So it's going to be your last chance to sign up via PayPal for my monthly subscription card club. So every month I feature a product. So this month it's the Simply Beautiful. And then you get the whole suite collection and you get to create 4 cards, 2 of each. And you get 8 card kits plus half a pack of DSP, half a roll of ribbon, and then the embellishment pack that goes with it. Registration is up and running on my website, so I'll be emailing this out too. So if you don't forget, if you have to join my newsletter, so then that way you're good to go. My product of the month just showed up and I haven't unpacked my box yet, but it's there and I can't wait to create with this one. I think we're gonna play with this one. Oh, I'm gonna use it in my craft along, I think. But anyway, I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with that and benefits you and me, of course. And if you have FOMO, you want to join because you can get access. I am obsessed with this month's new launch. I am very happy with all the new online exclusives that have come out. And we get pre-order for the month of February. So that's one of the benefits of being a Stampin' Up hobbyist. And joining my community is that you actually get to play with product ahead of time. And I am just thrilled at what's there. And I'm trying so hard not to order everything right now. So super excited to share. So if you actually want to join, you can order any of those products now. And you also get a free Stampin' Up positioner, which is a $67 value. And it will not be launching in the new launch of the new catalog. They haven't given us any dates. So at least I don't think it will be. So anyway, let's have some fun with that, and then we'll move on. So we are currently working, I guess, with the Perfectly Pears. I'm laughing at myself, so feel free to laugh at myself too. So our card for today, I'm just looking for my stamp set. Oh, there it is. Okay. So our card for today is this one. So it is Wednesday, so today I'm casing the catalog or casing Stampin' Up. with a couple twists. Oh, I just did one change. So this is the card we're playing with. So this is all the paper, and this is actually just the paper. We just inked one thing, and the rest is all die cuts. It's all paper, so it's so much fun and easy to do. So let me grab my pieces so you know what I'm talking about, and then we'll get started. Good morning, Kathy. How you doing? Can't wait to see you later. So I'm going to just put that over there. Okay, so to make this card, we need a layer. So I took and didn't bother doing a smaller layer. We're just doing a full front. And it's this gorgeous in the back. Oh, I love that pattern. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. It's so beautiful. I just want to frame it. So we have that. And then we took some basic beige. What is the measurements? I just roughly cut this 2.5. So this is 2.5 by 4.25. So that's going to go in the middle there. And then I die cut these two pieces, which is one of the dies in there. Here, I'll just bring the dies so you know what we used. So these are all the dies in the kit. So that's this one here. So I just did those in white. And then we took the designer series paper and I cut out 2 pairs using this one. So that's this here, right? And then I also cut out 2 stems from the designer series paper. Good morning, Christine. Thank you for joining. And I used this one. And then there were those beautiful flowers that are scattered on there. So you can use those as well. And then, so that's this die here. So that's this one that actually cuts those out from the designer series paper. So from one sheet of designer series paper, these are all the cutouts you can actually get. So that's what we're going to use. Now, I tried using the sentiments, didn't like it. So what we just did was we're going to stamp them together, and then we're just going to trim it down. Just make it easier. I had it as one big rectangle, and I kind of didn't like it that much. So then I switched and just trimmed it. Okay, and this is Darling Duckling. So we're just using the colors that the actual set or the paper tells us to use, which makes my life easier. Okay, so let's assemble. Now, I did pre-cut, so the only thing I just have to show you is how to put it together and do a little bit of stamping. Okay, so stamping wise, we're going to take Calypso Coral, and we're going to take this piece and we're going to stamp some splatter on there. So in this set, there is splatter. I don't know why I'm on a big stamp, but I do. And then we're just going to add some splatter throughout. Now you can see here, I just kept it along the top and the side and bottom. I didn't do any splatter there because I knew I was going to cover it. So put as much as you want and then go from there. So we're just going to take this and randomly put it wherever. And then I'm going to also do a double. So first generation, second generation. So again, this card I cased from Stampin' Up. So if you go and type in on our Stampin' Up on my shopping line, then you will actually find this as a sample there. So I'm really liking the fact that, you know, when you're stuck and you don't know what to do, you really can go and look at what Stampin' Up has done. And then you just do a little bit of theirs, and then you know, get your mojo back. So there we go. Maybe I'll do one more here just in case I don't cover it up. And turn your stamp around, you know, have some fun with it. Don't put it all in the same spot kind of thing. Maybe I'll just do a dot or 2 up here like that, because I noticed here I covered quite a bit and my corner is empty. So I'll just do that. Okay, so that's that. And I used Calypso Coral because that is what they used. And I thought, wow, what a great idea. Okay. So then we're just going to take, and then we're just going to trim it out to become a banner. So this is, what did I say? It is 2.5. So I'm just going to use my grid paper and line it up at half, which is 1 1/4. And then that way I know where my midpoint is. And then I'm just going to go up 1/2 inch and put a little knot or dot there. Oops. Doesn't matter because I'll just cut that out. So then now I know where to cut my banner. Most of our punches are 2 inch wide, not 2.5. So it's just easier to just take your scissors, find that middle point, and just go from there. So I'm going up there, and then I'm going to cut here at an angle as well. So I'm going from this corner to that dot. I think that should be right, hopefully. And then just merge the two together till they all connect, and then we're good. Ta-da! There we go. So then that's our banner. And now we just have to do our other stamping, which is our sentiment. So this is just a scrap piece I have in my scrap bin. Sorry I'm late. Sorry late to the party. No problemo. Never too late. So I'm going to type thank you friend. So I'm going to type stamp. We're not typing. I think I said type because the font is very Roman numeral, which is, you know, back in the day when I was younger and we used typewriters. There's friend. So I kind of just centered that. And then I'm just going to take the word thank you. Like the dies in here are, I felt it was too thin. So I thought it'd be easier to just do it this way. And then I'm just going to center that. And yes, my Y will overlap friend. There you go. Thank you, friend. It's going to be a quick day today, which is not a bad thing. Okay, so then we're going to trim that. So I'll show you. I'm going to use my thin, or did I do that? Okay, I was doing lots of cutting this morning. So I'm going to do a paper trimmer here. I'm just going to grab my, you know, normal, my mini. I wish Stampin' Up! Would come back with these. These are so cute. So here's my rectangle. So that's why I thought, oh, it's kind of blah, and I didn't really, I'll leave it, and then you'll tell me. I thought it was, I was going to fussy cut it, and then I thought, I didn't want to. And then I was going to heat emboss it, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. Way back up. And so I changed my mind and just went, you know what, I'm just going to stamp to add color. So if you look at Stampin' Up, what they did was they actually took Mossy Meadow and die cut the 2 sentiment strips and then heat embossed it in white. And I was like, nah, I don't feel like doing that. So we've done so much embossing. It's crazy in a good way. Okay, so now we just need a card base because we've done all of our stamping and we're good. So we're going to use, oh, I didn't score this one. So we're going to use 4 1/4 by 11. So this time I'm going to do a tent card. And then we're just going to score this at 5 1/2. So I scored it. Oh, I know why. Yep. So this is basic white. This is thick basic white. I'm like, why didn't I score it? And I was like, oh, it feels light. Wrong one. So it's this one. So, well, I need that for something else. Good thing I scored it, but it's scored in the wrong. No, it's okay. We're good there. Okay, so we're just going to burnish that. And then we're going to, so this is going to go on top, but I'm going to build it first because that's the way I like to do things. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to build up and then we're going to just add some embellishments on the back. Now the one thing is Stampin' Up, when you case the catalog, you don't really get to see what the measurements are and things like that. But as a demonstrator, all the images, we get what they call recipe cards. So I was able to go there and figure out what products they use, what colors they use, but it doesn't tell you anything else. Okay, so then we're just going to take these off. I'm going to add these to my little mini scrap bin. I got a little bin here. put that over top, like so. And I'm going to position it, it's not centered, I'm going to position it more to the left because we're going to add flowers and level it off along the side. Now, just note these lines are not straight, so don't use them as a guide. Just use your paper and eyeball it. And it looks like I went a little crooked. Or at least I feel like I went a little crooked. So let me pick that up again. And then we're just going to go like so. Okay, so now you could build this off as well. Like what I mean is you could do this all to the side first. I'm a little more of an avid stamper, so I could probably do that. So maybe I should have just did it off to the side first in case you need to manipulate it. I should do that. Okay. So our next step is I'm going to take some Seal Plus, or you could do tear tape, whichever. And I'm just going to do a crisscross of seal in the middle. Now the reason I'm doing that is because now we have to take our ribbon and we need to tie a bow. So you can tie a bow, or you can just crisscross applesauce. So I'm going to just take it and I'm going to crisscross. So when I mean crisscross, I want to show that you can tie a bow. That makes your life easier. But I prefer not to because that's just me being lazy and quick. And you can just tie literally crisscross it. Now you don't want your crisscross to be too long because then you're going to run out of paper. You're going to be off your card. Here, I'll just show you what I mean. So here, I'm slightly off. So you want to make sure you're not off your card too much. So you don't want this bow to be too big. And so I'm just going to go like this. Oops. So it's just sticking to my Seal Plus. And then I'm going to go over. So there's my other loop. And just down again. Okay? There you go. So there is your bow. Now, like I said, you can tie it into a bow. If that is what's easier for you, by all means, go ahead. And I'm just going to lift that a bit and go like that. Now, the nice thing is if you did tie a bow, you can angle and position your bow any way you want. So this is the lazy way, or the more efficient way. I shouldn't call it lazy because it works just as well. And then I'm just going to cut that tail off and then cut this tail off. There we go. And I'm just going to take a strip of tear tape to hold it down. Now your pairs will cover it, but because I'm using dimensionals, I just want to make sure it does stay in place. Ooh, it's nice and sticky too. Okay. And then I'll take advantage of it and just peel that off. So there we go. So that is the piece de resistance. And I've put all my pieces there. Now you want to keep your edges free because we're going to do some tucking. So now I'll just put this back on. So here you want to make sure you're not too far off because this is not a layer. This is actually the card front. So let's make sure we're straight. Yep. Now we're straight to this edge, not the lines, because they are crooked. Maybe it might be a more perfect bow, but honestly, I do this all the time. Because remember at last team meeting, everybody was having trouble tying twine. But this is how you do it. It's the same way. Whether you're using twine, this, or whatever, it's the same. But usually we do it on the reverse side, right? This time we're doing it on the front. Okay, so now we're going to take our little pieces here. And these are going to get tucked, right? So I'm going to just pop out. There's still some stuff. Pop out those pieces that didn't. And that's what's going to go here. So I'm just going to dry fit that for now so that I know where my pairs go. So I'm going to put one pair there and then one up there. Now I did mine two colors the same, but just note there's different colors so you can pick whichever color you want. Okay, so let's add some dimensionals to this. Oh, where are they? See, I should really learn to put them back. Instead, they were on my tabletop. Then I'd be like, oh, I can't find them. Okay. And then we're going to put one pair here. It's just above that bow. And then we're going to add another pair. Yeah, you can do a zigzag too. That works really well too. Now, if you want it to be frugal, you could just cut it and put loops. Like, I've seen that as well, which does work too. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so there's our two, right? So then now we can just tuck these in wherever we want. So I'm going to use a glue dot in the middle. You just need one because your stem will cover the rest. Like really. Oh, I put that on the wrong side, but it'll still work. Huh. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck that in there underneath. And then we have our stem. So the stem's going to go there. So you see it's hiding quite a bit. Actually, I'm going to drop this down a bit more. About there. Because I want to add a flower up there. So I'm going to grab a couple minis. Oh, I guess I'm using black. I think I used up all my white yesterday with you all. So I'll just use black, which is totally fine. This is a dark card, which is a splash of basic beige. And that's going to go right here. So if you want, you can add a little dollop of glue there. Here comes the sun. Or a mini glue dot, whatever is easier for you. And we're going to pop that there. Now, uh-oh. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where's my other stem? So we're going to repeat. So this card really, you know what took longer? It took longer to actually die cut the pieces than it does put it together. Oh, it's foggy where you are? Good morning, Margaret. It's not foggy here. It's nice and sunny. It's nice and sunny in good old, oh, I forgot to put good old Cooks Creek. But I am on the opposite end of you, of Manitoba. You're east, I'm north. Or sorry, you're west, I'm north. So I forgot to put a little dot there, sorry. Now, this one I should put 2 if I want it the same height, but I like the difference in heights. So I'm not concerned. So it's kind of like fully down and then up. It'll make sense when you do it yourself. Same with that one. Okay, so this one was an edge piece. And so I wasn't going to waste it. No wasties. So that's going to tuck in underneath here. Or we could even tuck it here. Doesn't really matter because it's an end piece. Either way, you're going to lose some of your flower, right? So we're going to put that one there. So we're just going to add some adhesive. Seriously, we're almost done. Okay. So again, don't forget to like, share, and comment. If you place an order this week, oops, of $60 or more, then you'll get this kit. I'll cut you a kit. Now, if you place an order of $100 or more, then you'll also get the product of the month, which is kind of nice. It's so pretty. I can't wait to play with it. And then also, what was I going to say? Also, if there's only a few days left to sign up for Card Club, so don't forget. And we are using the Simply Beautiful bundle. You know what's really nice about that pack too? We played with that last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago. You can just use the flowers to die cut and then use whatever sentiment packs you have at home. Like, it doesn't need to be anything fancy because the designer series paper in that set really just tells it all. It's just gorgeous. And that peach color, it's like, just brings spring back. Okay, so then now we need this one down here. So I'm going to tuck it a bit more. I'm going to tuck it underneath that dimensional, if I can get it up. Because I want it more under the pear. Like so. So I just tucked it. So it doesn't need a lot, right? Because it's just going to go in that envelope and nobody's going to stuff it back in the envelope. Oh, I guess they would if you're in a restaurant. So then this one just gets tucked here. I love the color blend of this with the secret C and the green. Like, it's just so pretty. That's one of the things I love about the Global Design Project is when they give us color challenges. Because their colors usually sometimes are like, oh, I never thought of putting those together. So, tons of texture. Yes, there is tons of texture, tons of layers, and really makes you use those bits and pieces within the designer series paper. Okay, so that one is off the edge, no problemo. Just flip it over and admire that gorgeous designer series paper we're covering up. Just cut off whatever's hanging off, and then you got that. So then this is just gonna go here, so we're gonna add dimensionals to that as well. So I'm gonna add, I'm just gonna add a glue dot there, because we got enough height. So we've got 2 dimensionals there. Right, we got the pear and we got the banner. So I have to add 2 dimensionals on this side. And when I mean I add, we're stacking. Because then it makes it the same height. I hope that makes sense. Now, so I put 2 on top of each other because I have to make sure I'm level with the basic beige and with the pear. Okay. And then I'm just gonna add that to the top there. And I'll pull this tail out in case it's covering and lift it. Just so that I'm not under it. There we go. And now we need some bling. So I found some retired ones, which kind of like, you know, match these ones. And I'm like, oh, they actually almost come close, except they're gold. So I just wanted to share those. So just use whatever you have in your stash. I don't know what color they used, but I'm going to use the yellow. I can't remember. Oh, it does say painterly pears. Oh, maybe I am wrong. Let me just double check. I forget which color, what they used. Sorry, I'm just double checking because we're casing and I just want to see which color they used. Oh, they used the secret C, and it's weird because they put 4. Normally we say everything odds, but I think the odds is because you have the ribbon as your 5th. But they used the secret C, but I'm going to be weird and use lemon lolling so that it pops more. Just so that it pops more on there. Or we could use multiple colors. Who says we have to be the same? Okay, so I'm going to stick one there. And then I'm going to stick another one. Come on, baby. Up here. Maybe I'll go slightly to the top. And then maybe I'll put one at the bottom just to level it off. Oh, stuck. Maybe more in the corner. Okay. That's it, folks. Look how pretty that card is. I love it. Love it. You know, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta case that one. It's so cute. Okay, so 10th card, and we're going to just add this on top. So see, it covers your whole front. So we're just gonna add adhesive to the front of our card here. I kind of like this trick I learned at Virtual Retreat. So then, you know, then we just add the front rather than adding glue to this. Then I'm going to stand it up and tap it so that way we're all on the same side. And then get that going there, like so. Okay, I'm going to flip it and press. So, and then now that's the front of our card. Love it. So this was my original. So see here, I die cut, or I just fussy cut around that and made it more like an L versus flat. So I don't know. I think I like the flat better. What do you think? Like, would you fussy cut it or would you just leave it? I mean, it's really up to you, but I'm just curious. So of course we have the inside, and I had some offcuts, right? So I was like cutting. So these are more pieces that were in there. So I'm just going to add this piece, and I'm going to be a rebel, and I'm going to add it to the top of the card. Nobody says it has to be at the bottom. So this one was an edge piece, you can see, because it's missing its other half. And I'm going to add it in the top right-hand corner to be different. Oh, I need to clean my tweezers. They're not closing because I have adhesive there. So anyway, I always like to just use my tweezers because my fingers are fatter. So just to get into those corners here, just doing a bunch of dots. Okay. And then we're going to stick that right there on the edge. I'm going to flip it here and just make sure I'm on the edge. Love, love, love it. Okay, and no technical issues today. No one's calling. Or maybe they are. I figured out what was wrong with my do not disturb and fixed it. So hopefully that works. So that's the inside of the card. You like the fussy cutting one? Okay, good to know. And, oh, I forgot to put embellishments on that one. And then we have this. Okay, so that's our two. So no embellishments in a fussy cut and then a straight cut on this one. Now, you could use whatever sentiment label you have as well, but I just kept it simple. Like I said, they used the 2 sentiment dies and did it on Mossy Meadow and then heat embossed it. But because I'm using the darker pears, I wanted something a little brighter. So they used the lighter pears, so I could see why Mossy Meadow would stand out more, but I didn't want the colors to clash. So that was my thought process. But there you go. I can't believe it's Thursday already. So don't forget to like, share, and comment and be entered in the draw. And then as well, if you place an order, I will kit this for you this weekend. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous day. And then we'll see you again. Oh no, it's only Wednesday, hump day. Sorry, I thought it was Thursday, hump day. So tomorrow's team gathering. So yeah, so we're gonna get together in person. Anybody's welcome to come to my team gathering, whether or not you are part of the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So you can just come. It's fun. And that is it. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a fabulous day. And enjoy the sun. And we'll see you tomorrow. Happy stamping.